Mr. Gary of Sustainability. Hope everybody's doing good. Miss you. A lot of girls in my sustainability venture asked me what my yard looks like since I was bringing in all kinds of tropical fruit. So I thought I'd give you a virtual tour today. Not everything in my yard gives me food or flowers, but these are the palm trees. They provide some shade and habitat for the birds and squirrels. They can get very tall. I do have to trim them. I also have some temple oranges still. These are also late ones. They usually come in around December also. This is the cross between a tangerine and an orange. That was some of the favorites of yours. As you see, more sunflowers, but this is my peach tree. And yesterday it had 2 peaches on it, but the squirrels took them and I didn't get to share them with you. This is my chocolate pudding tree. Here's a bloom. They have a very interesting bloom. And the fruit is green, and you cut it open and it looks like chocolate pudding and tastes somewhat like chocolate. I also have a custard apple and a sugar apple. This is a sugar apple tree, and it has very small blooms now, so it doesn't have any fruit, but this is what the blooms look like. These flowers are the type that you get from Hawaii that they make leis out of and wear around your neck. It's called a plumeria or a frangipani, and they're very fragrant. In the background, though, are my bananas. This one is called praying hands. You see that the bananas are together like 2 hands that are praying. I do have fruit from a papaya tree right now. As you see, these are green, but way up there are some that are just about ripe. This is my vegetable garden. As you can see, those sunflowers, which I said was wild, the birds spread the seed, they come up everywhere, and I haven't pulled them out of my garden yet. But I do have some real small tomatoes right now that I've been sharing with all the neighbors, and some large tomatoes that are still green, but they'll be turning ripe soon. Some peppers. And this is my squash vine, the chayote squash, that some of you said it looked like a pear, but it's actually a vegetable. I'm also growing celery this year, so it'll be ready soon. And hopefully by the time we get together, these flowers here will be star fruit from the star fruit tree. As you see how big it is, we should have lots of star fruit. We have passion fruit right now. It's getting ripe. There's a lot of ripe ones around. I've been eating some. So have the squirrels. They love them too. So what I've done is I put bottles around some of them, plastic bottles, to protect them from the squirrels and the birds so that they'll ripen. When they get ripe, they fall on the ground. These are called purple possum, so they turn from green to purple when they're good and ripe. Once they lay on the ground, they shrivel up a little bit, get wrinkled, and that's when they get real sweet and good. This is a mulberry tree. I have 2 types. This is a large one. I also have one that I plant just for the birds because they love the mulberries, and hopefully they'll eat all those. I have in bloom right now, this is a pomegranate. Hopefully it will make one. It'll have a flower, then it'll have a fruit. I also have Japotacaba, which are those little grapes like from South America. I'll have to show you some of those later on. I have all kinds of flowers that I have propagated, which means I've taken cuttings from some to make new flowers. And these are a different type of papaya. This one has the red flesh and some little blue flowers that the butterflies and all love. And here's the key lime tree that everybody loved the key limes from. No key limes right now. There's just been a few blooms. Hopefully we'll have a lot of fruit. It won't be long before the mangoes are ripe. Hopefully we'll be back together way before then, and then you can share some of these mangoes. I also have dragon fruit, which is a cactus that's in the back, and all on my shed, my old shed here, is full of cactus that will have dragon fruit blooms pretty soon. I also have trees that I grow in pots, and this is one of them. This is another peach tree, and there is the last peach of the season, and I've got it in a container to make sure that the squirrels don't get it also. Everything's really dry now. These are my guava trees. I have 3 different varieties. And the green one in the middle here is a Gruma Chamba, which is a type of cherry they also call it. So I can't wait to share them all with you. Also some pineapples. I think just about everybody likes pineapples. This is a loquat tree, also called a Chinese plum. I need to trim it. It's getting very big now. The fruit's already, most of it's already gone, but some of it's starting again. As you can see, the tomatoes have run into some of the little ground orchids. So they also are running everywhere, just like the sunflowers. Some flowers like to grow in the shade. This is one of them. This is called a Hoya, wax Hoya. And I have a few orchids that are in bloom right now too. This is the flower of the passion fruit. This is the edible passion fruit. This one is the red passion vine. It doesn't have fruit that's edible. It's just for looks. Up there is my staghorn fern, which is a big fern. It's hanging from the tree. I have so many other things that I want to share with you. Okay, girls, this is Mr. Gary saying be safe out there. If you get a chance, get outside, have some fun, enjoy nature, and be safe. And we'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Wish you were here.